back to your soap making channel. Now here at Saponifine, I'm going to show you today how to use soap clay with stencils. Now I saw this on Sorcery Soap's channel. Now B from Sorcery Soaps, in my mind, she discovered and developed soap clay, or soap dough as she calls it. And if I'm incorrect, please let me know in the description and I will give credit to the person that it comes to. But if she didn't develop it, she definitely did put it on the map. So just search for Sorcery Soap. There's much information about how to use soap dough or soap clay. I know she's got some free recipes as well available. So but let me show you how I'm actually gonna experiment today. I'm gonna use different stencils that I found in my house. So this is the second in our series on how to upscale or use stuff or repurpose stuff in your home that is not necessarily made for soap making. So let's tackle this one together and see where we're going to end up, because I really don't know. Some of the stencils are thick, some of them are thin. I think some of them might be too intricate, so let's just experiment and see what's going to work for this and whatnot. Okay, so here we go. So what you're going to need some soap. You're going to need soap clay. Now the way that I've made this specific soap clay is, when I made this soap, I scooped a little bit of the batter into the tub and I mixed some activated charcoal with it and I closed it. Now that's the reason why it stays soap clay and it doesn't harden like soap, is because it can't lose any of the moisture. So for this, I already worked it a little bit. I just took my little spatula thingy here and you start to work it through until it is very nice and smooth, because in the beginning it's like the ones in the bottom, it is a little bit chunky and harder. So you will have to work your clay until it is quite pliable but still not too soft. It mustn't be watery. You can always add a little bit of water at a time here. I would say a drop at a time, 1 or 2 drops, not too many. And then you are going to need stencils. Here is some of my coffee stencils that you can sprinkle cinnamon on top of your coffee. This is some of my face painting stencils that I used earlier years when I still was face painting before COVID. These are just some of my craft stencils. This one's got a little of a ring, a thicker part around it, so I'm not sure if we can use this one. We're gonna try it. And this one I bought the other day from a thrift store. So it was broken here on the one side. I just mended it with a little bit of my nail gel here. So this one is also, it's a thicker stencil. So this one is very thin. The coffee stencils are also very thin. So let's try. And then some of them are still textured soaps, so I'm not sure if the texture is going to be any trouble, because I've made 2 beforehand just to see if I can do it. And these 2 were smooth, so they came out very nicely. I actually do like them. And now let's see. I think for the first one, let's try this one here. And okay, you need something that's going to fit on top. I like this lady here in the corner, so let's have a little bit of a texture here. She's going to fit. Now the problem is here, the stencil is falling here and it's lifting up here, so just take another soap and support it on the other side. I just want to double check my lighting here. It does seem like it's not too dark. Yeah, no, the lighting seems good today. Okay, and then you're going to take something to spread this with. Now you can use cake decorating tools like I'm doing here now, and you're just going to fill the spaces in here while you're holding it down. And you will see after a few squishes it actually sticks it to the soap. And if you don't have a nice thingy like this. Loyalty cards, credit cards, I love using them for all kinds of arts and crafts. Sometimes they even work better. So just to show you, you don't need any special fancy equipment. Let's go for this one. I just need to get it nice and smooth. Let's scrape the extras off. And what is nice about a credit card or a loyalty card, it's nice and white, so you can actually smooth it out very nicely like this. Now for this little lady, I decided I want to add some micas to it. So you can use it black as is, and you're gonna get a soap that is similar to this one. So it's a nice black silhouette, lovely. But since we've got soap clay here, let's go with this one, pink and purple. Soap clay is still wet, so you can easily add some mica to it. So this is just a what do you call this? It's an eyeshadow brush. I am not very big on makeup, as you already should know. I've got very sensitive eyes, it irritates the crap out of me. So I've tried a few videos and dollied myself up, and then I started blinking like a deer in headlights, although a deer in headlights usually stand with eyes wide open, so it's the opposite. But I was blinking terribly, so I just decided let's skip the whole makeup thing. But then you can use your makeup for all sorts of other nice things. I would actually advise to, if you want to do this, get separate tools for your own makeup and for soap making. I don't think the two of them is going to mix very nicely. Okay, for the face, I think we're going to leave the face black for now. We can give her a nice golden crown. I've got some yellow mica here as well. I've got dogs barking, so I apologize if they are an annoyance. Maybe the microphone won't even pick them up. Always a possibility. Okay, there we go. And now you must carefully just lift the stencil up. Now here at the crown, I can see the small parts gonna lift up with. Yeah, some of them broke off, so this is something to keep in mind with your thicker stencils. Some of the soap might get stuck in there and don't lift up with the rest of it. But I think overall, for my third soap in soap stenciling, she actually came out pretty nice. There we go. So we've got our little ballerina there and the crown. So let's try a different kind of stencil. Now usually with soap making and everything, the boys are sometimes left out, so let's do some bats. I know the poor things ain't very popular with COVID and everything, but I don't think it's the bat's fault. Let's just try this one. I'm going to take a tiny little bit here because this is a very, very thin stencil, and I think I'm going to start on the stencil and just work towards the soap. Tiny bit here. The problem here with the texture is I might actually work the soap underneath the stencil, but it's not supposed to be. Yeah, and that is what is happening here with this texture, because some of the soap moved in the lines there. Let's just try this one on a smooth soap. I've got a smooth one here. Try this one again. On the stencil and just work it onto it. Just scrape most of it off there and lift it up, and beautiful. Okay, so there's the first lesson learned. If you want very intricate details, rather go for a smooth soap. Don't do it on one with texture, because the soap goes into the little lines there, and then you've got different things going on there. Now, since we've got little bats here, let's see. Now this is where it's going to be tricky. You can't put it on top of the wet clay there, but let's make a nice big moon on this side. I'm again gonna use black because it's the only color I've got. Do you think we should do a textured moon, or should it be a smooth moon? Okay, let's smooth it out a little bit. Okay, and with the moon we can definitely do some color in here. Let's go for the lighter one first, and then oops, a little bit of orange there. And lift up, and there we've got bats and a moon. I think this one is actually unexpectedly good. I didn't plan any of this. I just thought I'm going to try different stencils here and do my thing. So I like this one quite a lot. And I must say, I do like bats. I actually raised one many years ago. The cat brought two of them to me. The one didn't make it. The other one I actually raised all the way. And then when it was supposed to learn to fly, very interesting, in South Africa, in Johannesburg, they've got a place called Free Me. And Free Me got wind tunnels. And they actually teach bats how to fly in wind tunnels before they re-release them. So I was actually quite chuffed with this place that could help me, because trust me, trying to teach a bat how to fly in your bedroom is not the easiest thing to do. It was fun, but definitely not easy. Now this one's got a texture again, so this is also a thinner kind of, but let's go for abstract. I'm just going to do some black on this, and I think then we're done with this round. Let's just see with the fine texture here. I think this was supposed to be a snowflake, so I don't really care for that it has to be a snowflake, but let's just fill it in here. Let's see. There we go. It's a quite artistic multicolor, what you call this? It looks a little bit like mosaic, but you've got these, I can't remember the name, kaleidoscope. I think it's a kaleidoscope. So this actually came out much nicer than I thought, and the texture with a little bit of black showing in the back actually makes it's an improvement. It doesn't take anything away from it. I really do like this. So, and there we go. So this was the second in our series. The next one, I'm going to show you how to use stamps on your soap. So with this, the soap is about a week old. Soap clay is also obviously a week old, because I made it the same day. So there's nothing special to it. It's really, if you want to use soap clay to mold stuff, let me show you. If you want to use soap clay to mold flowers and stuff like this, then you needed a very specific pliability and so on. So then you need a specific recipe. But just for this, I used the normal recipe. There was nothing. I just scooped some of it out and I just colored it. So you can play around with it and just give it a try. And we've got a soap Facebook group for Spotify. Just check out for the link in the description box. If you use the soap stamps, please join the group, share it with us. I would love to see it. So okay, so happy soaping until I see you guys next week again. Keep well. Bye bye.